So Che, so you are on the ground, you're involved in education and research. Why don't you talk to us about the work that you have at UDC?
Well, thank you very much for having me here. You know, UDC is one particular thing about UDC is it is an urban, it is a land-grant university, but it is the only urban land-grant university. So we have a very particular mission to address the needs of urban residents. So we also have a 143-acre farm in Beltsville, Maryland, which I take part in. And also we are starting off a huge campaign for our huge square-foot green roof on top of Building 44 on campus. And so the interim president, Dr. Lyons, and also the dean of the College of Ag, Dr. Sabina O'Hara, have given me a mission to see that urban food production is enhanced in the District of Columbia through many different ways, through training, educational courses, and also demonstration courses at the farm. So we're doing quite a bit. And we have a huge, huge task ahead of us because right now we have about a billion people, you know, suffer from chronic hunger. But as Dr. Madigan so eloquently said earlier, you know, in about 2050, we're going to have about 2 to 3 billion probably added onto that. So that's when things really get tight. So we really have to work on producing, increasing yields, and all kinds of things.
So Che, specifically about the District of Columbia and the farm that you have, what are the specific kinds of crops that you're focused on that can benefit people here, and also talk to us about the educational part of it. So if I were a student at UDC, could I major in agriculture or get a certificate? What is?
Well, you could get a certificate. You can't really major because the courses aren't really set up, but we're getting toward that. But you know, you talked about crop selection. As a past organic farmer and as an agronomist, I've always looked at growing. Yields are important when you're growing food. Yields are very important, but also nutrition per acre is extremely important. So one of the things that we're really doing at UDC and implementing, looking at crop varietal selections and selecting crops for high nutrient density. And then also we're doing experimentation with increasing nutrient density of food crops. So you get a crop that you're growing and it's not as nutrient dense as it should be. So what do? Fertilize it, you do this, you do that. But there are ways we're looking at to research this through foliar applications and fertilizers and things like that to increase the nutrient density of crops.
How about soil improvement?
Soil improvement. At the farm, I elected a long time ago not to use animal manures, and I kind of stayed away from that for particular kind of health reasons and things like that. So we have a vigorous soil improvement plan, which we use cover crops, crop rotations, and we have organic compost, which is leaf compost, and we use some organic fertilizers. So we're constantly looking at things like that.
So in addition to the growing of the food and the education, why don't we talk a little bit about the marketing and making the connection between the kinds of things you're growing and getting it to the people who are interested in getting it.
Well, yeah, you know, I learned early on as a organic farmer that marketing is 70% of this or 75% of it. So at the farm, we have the whole ethnic crop program, which we grow ethnic crops, which right now cater toward the Caribbean and African food markets. And so just through, hopefully we will have a CSA. I like to call it a CSSA, which is community shared and supported, which folks will come and help support the farm. And just getting the word out and hopefully bringing that food onto campus and providing it to the students first and to the faculty and staff at UDC first, and then after that brought into the larger and broader landscape.
Is there, does the production from the farm, is it available at any farmers markets, or if I were interested in coming?
It will be this year. It will be this year. I've only been on the ground there probably about a year and couple months, but it will be this year. We're gearing toward that, and That's very exciting to really try to get nutrient-dense produce into the city. So right now we're servicing, you know, a lot of our food goes to Bread for the City, and also other places like DC Central Kitchen. So they do get some of our food from time to time. So we're going to implement that more and expand upon that.